What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. Good morning. How you feeling on Friday morning? Hey. Hey. Good morning. Good morning. How you feeling this Friday morning? Hey. Hey. So my name's DeMarcus Tunstall. That's here. I'm here to tell you things you need to hear. The Beta Project is what I do. You can find me on YouTube. Find me on YouTube, Humble and Focused. Hey, Humble and Focused. September. Oh, it's the wrong one. The wrong one. Today is not the 12th. I keep it to myself. It's the 13th. And today's about the value of perspective. Yeah. So today's quote is, it's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see, by David Thoreau. And so we're going to go into this. Have some fun today. Y'all ready? Let's go. Friday dance party. It's a Friday dance party. Hey. If you can see my feet, man, I'm getting it. I'm just hammer time. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you guys doing? I gotta get myself hyped sometimes. Gotta have a dance party in the morning. Makes life feel good, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope you felt good too. Hope you can hear the music. Otherwise, you think I'm just weird. And that might be true too. But we're gonna be all right. So today, what we're talking about? We're talking about the value of perspective. And let me go back to that quote one more time because we really need to address it. So it's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see that matters, by David Thoreau. That's a great quote. Has a lot to do today with what we're going to talk about. And I want you guys to understand that the reason this is being brought up is because sometimes I talk to people and they say, I'm cursed. And when I hear them say that, I think about how I used to feel about myself. I used to think I was cursed. Cursed in love, cursed in friends, cursed in money, cursed in all this stuff. I used to think I was cursed. And it wasn't until I tried to change and see what was making me feel cursed that I figured it out. So what I want to do here is I want to kind of do an experiment. So this is a quarter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it up in here. Smack in my hand. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Here we go. So, what did it land on? Can you see it? There we go. What did it land on? So, the perspective and the value of perspective is that I see it is a tails. But in your perspective, because of the camera, I can see it, it's a heads, right? So, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, the things that we view in life have sides. And the reason that they have sides is because we gave it the value or the perspective of the value. We placed that on there. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if I took this coin, and I'm showing you right now that you see it's heads, right? But if I flip it over and I ask you, what is it now? And you say tails, I say, okay, let's do this again. I go back to heads. I say, okay, what is the value of this coin? And you say heads. And I flip it over. I say, okay, now, what is the value of this coin based on what your perspective is? And you would say tails. And that would be absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, the value does not change because the perspective changes. But in all reality, ladies and gentlemen, the value is still the same. It was never, like, let's say you looked at this as being good or bad, like heads being good, tails being bad. Sometimes it's like that, you know? But if I tell you, this is good, and say, what do you see right now? I see the good in things. Or I say, what is this? You see the bad in things. Well, the value, or in me, we'll say in me. So good in me, bad in me, right? And I say, okay, so based on that, the value of whatever's in my hand has not changed. The value stays the same, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the perspective that we take to look at it changed. So we take this energy that we have and we get to decide everything, ladies and gentlemen. The life is completely designed about how we look at things. You know, things happen and how we respond to what happens is what we get. Something bad happens, how we respond to it is what we get. Something bad happens and we respond great, then we get a positive influence. Maybe we learn an experience. Something bad happens and we take it negatively, then it's going to weigh on our soul, might make us depressed, might make us feel certain ways, might make things happen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you have negative energy around you, you will attract more negative energy. It's guaranteed, 100%. But when you have more positive energy around you, let's say you take that situation, you think positively about it, and you let that be a learning experience, and you're positive, you will attract more positive things. I used to think I was cursed, remember? But what I was realizing, now I know, is that as I was negative and I was consistently being negative and thinking I'm cursed, I attracted other people who also felt they were cursed and negative too. So I was attracting these people. Oh, wait a second, you think you're cursed? Oh, let's talk about it. Now we got a group of us talking about how cursed we are, and cursed things kept happening. But as I changed my perspective of the same value, I have not changed. The value is me. I'm still the same, but I see my value differently. I don't see my value as tails, but now I see it as a heads. I see my value differently. And as I change my value, the people who were once negative and thought they were cursed, they no longer talk to me. Why? Because I don't attract them. Our talk is different now. It's like, you're having a great conversation with somebody in English, then all of a sudden you switch over to Spanish and you're trying to understand why they can't get what you're saying. Because they've never spoken Spanish in this particular situation. So they've got to go. They can't understand anything you're saying. But when I changed my energy to positivity, I started attracting positive things, positive situation, more opportunities happen. All these things started coming to my way. Why? Because my energy was different. Nobody wants to be around somebody all the time who is negative. Nobody wants to side with a negative business person. And they're out there, yeah. But we get the opportunity to place the value of our perspective on anything. And so we're going to go to our book, The Magic of Thinking Big here. Great book. Highly recommend it. And I want to read something to you. And it talks about people in here. But I want you to think about that. Not only, it's not about people. It's about everything in life that's positive and or negative. So it says, note this simple but key fact. Not one person is all good, nor is one person all bad. The perfect person just doesn't exist. Now, if we let our thinking go uncontrolled, we can find much to dislike about almost anyone. And I'm going to add in this, almost anything. Okay? Now, by the same token, if we manage our thinking properly, if we think right towards people and things, we can find many qualities to like and admire in the situation and in the person. View it this way. Your mind is a mental broadcasting station. This broadcasting system transmits messages to you on two equally powerful channels. Channel P, which is positive, and channel N, which is negative. Let's see how your broadcasting system works. Suppose today your business superior, we'll call him Mr. Jacobs, called you into his office and reviewed your work with him. He complimented you on your work, but he also made some specific suggestions on how you can do it better. Tonight, it's only natural for you to recall the incident and do some thinking about it. Now, if you tune in to channel N, the announcer will say something like this. Watch out, Mr. Jacobs out to get you. He's a crab. You don't need any of his advice. To heck with it. Remember what Joe told you about Jacobs? He's right. Jacob just wants to grind you down like he did Joe. Resist him. Now, next time he calls you in his office, fight back. Let's see. Better yet, don't wait. Tomorrow, go in and ask him what he really meant by his criticism. That's how it thinks. Now, what's crazy is that in this particular situation also, that guy there's a guy in here, and his name was, what was his name? Not Jacobs. It was the other guy. Joe. Joe said Jacob was negative, so you got on the Jacobs is negative bandwagon. You just kind of went off, right? So here's the next one. But tune in to Channel P, positive, and the announcer will say something along these lines. Mr. Jacob is a pretty good fellow. Those suggestions he made seem pretty sound, and if I put them to use, I could probably do a better job and position myself for an increase. The old boy did me a favor. Tomorrow I'll go in and thank him for his constructive help. Bill was right. Jacobs is a good man to work with. Now, the reason I wanted to read that, ladies and gentlemen, is because I want you to understand something, is that in that situation, that the thought process happened about so there's an event that happened, and I can go negative, I can go positive, and there was Bill who went positive, and there was Joe who went negative. But each one of those had a person that was there that I'd completely drawn to. Bill was right about that. Positivity, I'm going that way. Joe was right about that. I hate Jacobs. There's always going to be someone there. You're always going to find someone who matches your energy. So that's why you have to watch the energy you put out there. So you have to change the value of your perspective. You get to either go positive or negative on the situation. It is your choice. You always get to listen to what you want. You always get to make the decision. It's on you. So if you're having a negative life and things are not going your way, change what you see. Change what you see. That's all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's how simple it is. If you change your perspective, you see things differently. If I'm, like, for example, I'm just going to do a quick example here, and I'll go on and we'll be done here in a second. Right now, you have a perspective of what I am, right? But if I change what I see, now you see me just a little bit different, right? You see me over here in the corner. Now, the perspective's changed. Now, my value hasn't changed. I'm still, the man that's talking to you in the video, but the perspective has changed. So if you get a different view of it, now you can see things you didn't see before, like less. Before, my big head was in the middle of it. That could be blood. That could be something, I don't know what it could be. But as I move my perspective, you get to see more and see things differently, things you've never seen before. And that brings us to our last quote here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Your mind is powerful. It's a powerful thing. And when you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. I'm telling you right now, that is 100% true. That's what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the difference of flipping your coin over and looking at the other side. Instead of saying, oh yeah, that coin is heads up, or sorry, that coin is tails up, and we're thinking the tails negativity, say, yeah, it's heads down. That's the same thing, but we often don't say that because that's not the way we view the coin. When we see a coin that's tails up, we say it's unlucky, right? But there's still a head on the other side. Why did all of a sudden it flip over? The value hasn't changed of the penny, but just because of the way it lands, it's negative or positive? You get what I'm saying? So you get a chance to experience and tell the world what your coin is worth and how you view it. You get what I'm saying? So your mind is a powerful thing, and when you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you right now, when I started reading, when I started putting books into my mind and heart, and I started letting the negative people out of my life, and I started replacing those negative people. Now understand, when you start to change, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a time of situation where you're going to be alone. Because you got to get rid of all the people that are holding space in your life to make room for the other people. Like, for example, if you have a roommate move out, you're not just going to have somebody else move in without cleaning up that room first. So you got to get the people out of your house, and you got to clean. You usually clean alone. So you clean, and then you can get somebody else to move in with you. But you can't do that, ladies and gentlemen, if there's people in that home. You can't move somebody else in if somebody's already living there. So you got to get the negative people out of your life, get the negative thoughts out of your life, then clean up your mess. Read books, watch videos, listen to audio tapes, talk with positive people, get a mentor. Do all the positive things that will put positive things in your life, and watch what gets attracted to you. It says your life will start to change. The reason it starts to change, ladies and gentlemen, because you're no longer attracting what was old. If I'm the same, then I'm not going to change, and nothing changes around me. But as soon as I get bigger and better and stronger and more positive, even if you want to get more negative, ladies and gentlemen, your life will start to go more negative too. So either positive or negative, no matter what happens, your life will change. And you get the decision and to decide whether or not you're going to change for the positive or the negative. But either way, your life will change. Guaranteed. And that's all I really want to talk to you about today, ladies and gentlemen. That was it. The value of perspective. You can either say, yes, my coin that's tails up, or you can say, my coin is heads down, and it's still a lucky coin. Because when you say this, my coin is heads up, when you find a heads up coin, that's lucky. It's the same coin. You get what I'm saying? And so that's all. Just be great, man. It's a great day. It's a Friday. I hope you're going out there and being blessed. And I'm going to play you off. We're going to go ahead and have some fun on the way out, ladies and gentlemen. Just enjoy the beat and just go with it. And have a happy Friday. And I may see you tomorrow, but I probably will see you on Monday. Here we go. There it is. Your positive perspective. Okay, I'm leaving. Gotta go to work. Hey, have a great day. Remember, everything you see, you get to judge. Negative or positive. It's your choice. And how you choose your life is how you choose your wife. No, I don't think that one's part of it. But how you choose and what you choose in your life and how you view it is what becomes. It's your choice. Your value of perspective, how you see it will determine. I gotta stop rapping. I'm not great. It's okay. I'm okay. Just get it. Just get it. Be positive. There's no way you can listen to this song right here and see me dancing and think a negative thought. You should be thinking positive thoughts. Hey, that's all. It's positive. Just positive. Be positive all the time. Be positive. Hey, hey, hey. All right, listen, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.